Skyline. Noun. Earth sciences. The line at which the earth and sky meet. Verb. To outline something against the sky. Japan. Noun. A hard black enamel varnish containing asphalt. Verb. To varnish with Japan. Programming. Verb. To enter a program or other instructions into a computer or other electronic device. To instruct it to do a particular task. Noun. The designing, scheduling or planning of a radio or television program. City. Noun. A large settlement, bigger than a town, sometimes with a specific legal definition, depending on the place. Ceiling. Verb. To line or finish a surface, such as a wall, with plaster, stucco, thin boards, or similar. Noun. The overhead closure of a room. Recreated. Verb. To give new life, energy or encouragement. To refresh, enliven. Verb. To create anew. Scanning. Verb. To examine sequentially, carefully, or critically. To scrutinize. To behold closely. Noun. The act of something being scanned. Abilities. Noun. Suitableness. Basic. Noun. A necessary commodity, a staple requirement. Adjective. Necessary, essential for life or some process. Education. Noun. The process of imparting knowledge, skill and judgment. Solve. Noun. Chiefly law enforcement, a solution, an explanation. Verb. To find an answer or solution to a problem or question. To work out. Lifeguard. Noun. A bodyguard or unit of bodyguards. A guard of someone's, especially a king's, life or person. Get on. Verb. To board or mount something, especially a vehicle. Interjection. Expresses surprise or disbelief. Highlighted. Verb. To make prominent, emphasize. Observation. Noun. The act of observing, and the fact of being observed. See observance. Matters. Noun. Substance, material. Verb. To be important. Exercising. Verb. To exert for the sake of training or improvement. To practice in order to develop. Noun. The act by which something is exercised. Innovations. Noun. The act of innovating, the introduction of something new, in customs, rights, etc. Relieving. Verb. To ease a person's thoughts, etc. from mental distress. To stop someone feeling anxious or worried. To alleviate the distress of. Noun. A change in color, texture, etc. that relieves monotony. Adjective. That brings relief. Linguist. Noun. One who studies linguistics. Coach. Noun. A wheeled vehicle, generally drawn by horsepower. Verb. To train. Import. Noun. Something brought in from an exterior source, especially for sale or trade. Verb. To bring something in from a foreign country, especially for sale or trade. Nervous. Adjective. Of sinews and tendons. Similarly. Adverb. Manner, in a like style or manner. Regenerative. Adjective. That serves to regenerate. Ominous. Adjective. Of or pertaining to an omen or to omens, being or exhibiting an omen. Significant. Accountable. Adjective. Obliged, when called upon, to answer, for one's deeds, answerable. Fresh. Noun. A rush of water, along a river or onto the land. A flood. Verb. Commercial fishing. To pack fish loosely on ice. Adjective. Newly produced or obtained. Recent. Adverb. Recently, just recently, most recently. Hammock. Noun. A swinging couch or bed, usually made of netting or canvas about 6 feet wide, suspended by clews or cords at the ends. Verb. To lie in a hammock. Bug. Noun. An insect of the order Hemiptera. The true bugs. Verb. To annoy. Noun. A microfossil, particularly a foraminiferan. rejected. Verb, to refuse to accept. Setbacks. Noun, an obstacle, delay, disadvantage, blow, an adverse event which retards or prevents progress towards a desired outcome. Skillet. Noun, a pan for frying, generally large and heavy. Verb, to cook in a skillet. Sorry. Noun, the act of saying sorry. An apology. Adjective, of a person, regretful for an action, grieved or saddened, especially by the loss of something or someone. Interjection, expresses regret, remorse, or sorrow. Ostrich. Noun, a large flightless bird, Struthio camelus, native to Africa. Stick. Noun, an elongated piece of wood or similar material, typically put to some use. For example as a wand or baton. Verb, to cut a piece of wood to be the stick member of a cope and stick joint. Confirmed. Verb, to strengthen, to make firm or resolute. Adjective, having a settled habit, inveterate or habitual. Creating. Verb, to bring into existence, sometimes in particular smiley face. Noun, creation. Olives. Noun, a tree, Olea europaea, cultivated since ancient times in the Mediterranean for its fruit and the oil obtained from it. Astronaut. Noun, a member of the crew of a spaceship or other spacecraft that travels beyond Earth's atmosphere, or someone trained to serve that purpose. Meta. Adjective, self-referential, structured analogously, but at a higher level. An. Numeral. 1. Revoke. Noun, the act of revoking in a game of cards. Verb, to cancel or invalidate by withdrawing or reversing. Determine. Verb, to set the boundaries or limits of. Effort. Noun, the work involved in performing an activity, exertion. Verb, to make an effort. Liquid. Noun, a substance that is flowing and keeping no shape, such as water, a substance of which the molecules, while not tending to separate from one another like those of a gas, readily change their relative position, and which therefore retains no definite shape, except that determined by the containing receptacle. An inelastic fluid. Adjective, flowing freely like water. Fluid, not solid and not gaseous. Composed of particles that move freely among each other on the slightest pressure. Definition. Noun, a statement of the meaning of a word or word group or a sign or symbol. Dictionary definitions. Appendices. Noun, something attached to something else, an attachment or accompaniment. Disapprove. Verb, to condemn, to consider wrong or inappropriate, used with of. Solution. Noun, a homogeneous mixture, which may be liquid, gas or solid, formed by dissolving one or more substances. Verb, to treat with a solution. Auditor. Noun, one who audits bookkeeping accounts. Around. Adjective, with the verb to be, present in the vicinity. Adverb, so as to form a circle or trace a circular path, or approximation thereof. Preposition, defining a circle or closed curve containing a thing. Item. Noun, a distinct physical object. Verb, to make a note of. Adverb, likewise. Decrease. Noun, an amount by which a quantity is decreased. Verb, of a quantity to become smaller. Keeping. Verb, to continue in a course or mode of action. Not to intermit or fall from. To uphold or maintain. Noun, conformity or harmony. Dissimilar. Adjective, not similar, unalike, different. Airplane. Noun, a powered heavier than air aircraft with fixed wings. Verb, to fly in an aeroplane. Steak. Noun, beefsteak, a slice of beef, broiled or cut for broiling. Verb, to cook something, especially fish, like or as a steak. Dishwasher. Noun, a machine for washing dishes. Attest. Verb, to affirm to be correct, true, or genuine. Corner. Noun. The point where two converging lines meet. An angle. Either external or internal. Verb. To drive someone or something into a corner or other confined space. Easier. Adjective. Comfortable. At ease. Adverb. In a relaxed or casual manner. Almost. Noun. Something or someone that doesn't quite make it. Adverb. Very close to, not quite. Connection. Noun. The act of connecting. Slipper. Noun. A low soft shoe that can be slipped on and off easily. Verb. To spank with a plimsoll as corporal punishment. Adjective. Slippery. Desperately. Adverb. In a desperate manner, without regard to danger or safety, recklessly. Divorce. Noun. The legal dissolution of a marriage. Verb. To legally dissolve a marriage between two people. Separately. Adverb. In a separate manner, not together, apart. Endurance. Noun. The measure of a person's stamina or persistence. Settled. Verb. To conclude or resolve something. Adjective. Comfortable and at ease, especially after a period of change or unrest. Dictionary. Noun. A reference work with a list of words from one or more languages. Normally ordered alphabetically, explaining each word's meaning, and sometimes containing information on its etymology, pronunciation, usage, translations, and other data. Verb. To look up in a dictionary. Purchasing. Verb. To buy. Obtain by payment of a price in money or its equivalent. Noun. An act or process of making a purchase. Contains. Verb. To hold inside. Reduce. Verb. To bring down the size, quantity, quality, value or intensity of something. To diminish. To lower. Lure. Noun. Something that tempts or attracts, especially one with a promise of reward or pleasure. Verb. To attract by temptation, etc. To entice. Balancing. Verb. To bring items to an equipoise, as the scales of a balance by adjusting the weights. Noun. An action wherein someone balances or something is balanced. Mini. Adjective. Miniature, tiny, small. Enthusiasm. Noun. Possession by a god, divine inspiration or frenzy. Glazier. Noun. One who glazes, a craftsman who works with glass, fitting windows, etc. Grass. Noun. Any plant of the family Poaceae, characterized by leaves that arise from nodes in the stem and leaf bases that wrap around the stem, especially those grown as ground cover rather than for grain. Verb. To lay out on the grass. To knock down an opponent, etc. It's. Noun. One who is neither a he nor a she. A creature. A dehumanized being. Pronoun. The one, or ones, belonging to it. Reputable. Adjective. Having a good reputation. Honorable. Represent. Verb. To present again or anew. To present by means of something standing in the place of. To exhibit the counterpart or image of. To typify. Peak. Noun. A point. The sharp end or top of anything that terminates in a point. As. The peak, or front, of a cap. Verb. To reach a highest degree or maximum. Adjective. Maximal. Maximally quintessential or representative, constituting the culmination of. Modern. Noun. Someone who lives in modern times. Adjective. Pertaining to a current or recent time and style. Not ancient. Regional. Noun. An entity or event with scope limited to a single region. Adjective. Of, or pertaining to, a specific region or district. Housekeeper. Noun. Someone who owns a house as a place of residence, a householder. Meal. Noun. Food that is prepared and eaten, usually at a specific time, and usually in a comparatively large quantity, as opposed to a snack. Interpret. Verb. To explain or tell the meaning of. To translate orally into intelligible or familiar language or terms applied especially to language, but also to dreams, signs, conduct, mysteries, etc. Battery. Noun. A device used to power electric devices, consisting of a set of electrically connected electrochemical or, archaically, electrostatic cells. A single such cell when used by itself. Lumberjack. Noun. A person whose work is to fell trees. Verb. To work as a lumberjack. Cutting down trees. Civil. Adjective. Having to do with people in government office as opposed to the military or religion. Investing. Verb. To spend money, time, or energy on something, especially for some benefit or purpose. Used within. Noun. The act of something being invested. An investment. Liquid. Noun. A substance that is flowing and keeping no shape, such as water. A substance of which the molecules, while not tending to separate from one another like those of a gas, readily change their relative position, and which therefore retains no definite shape, except that determined by the containing receptacle. An inelastic fluid. Adjective. Flowing freely like water. Fluid. Not solid and not gaseous. Composed of particles that move freely among each other on the slightest pressure. Cereal. Noun. A type of grass, such as wheat, rice or oats, cultivated for its edible grains. Completion. Noun. The act or state of being or making something complete. Conclusion, accomplishment. Incidents. Noun. An event or occurrence. Reflected. Verb. To bend back, light, etc. from a surface. Adjective. Bent or sent back, especially of incident sound or light. Blame. Noun. Censure. Grandson. Noun. A son of one's child. No. Noun. A negating expression. An answer that shows disagreement or disapproval. Adverb. Now only used with different, with comparatives more and less, and informally with certain other adjectives such as good and fun. Not at all. Preposition. Without. Absence. Noun. A state of being away or withdrawn from a place or from companionship. The period of being away. Abuse. Noun. Improper treatment or usage. Application to a wrong or bad purpose. An unjust, corrupt or wrongful practice or custom. Adjectives. Noun. Grammar. A word that modifies a noun or describes a noun's referent. Verb. To make an adjective of. To form or convert into an adjective. Pride. Noun. The quality or state of being proud. An unreasonable overestimation of one's own superiority in terms of talents. Excellent. Adjective. Having excelled, having surpassed. Adverb. Excellently. Someone. Noun. A partially specified but unnamed person. Pronoun. Some person. Necklace. Noun. An article of jewelry that is worn around the neck, most often made of a string of precious metal, pearls, gems, beads or shells, and sometimes having a pendant attached. Verb. To informally execute by necklacing. By setting on fire a petrol-filled rubber tire which has been put around the bound victim's neck. Guild. Noun. A group or association mainly of tradespeople made up of merchants, craftspeople, or artisans for mutual aid, particularly in the Middle Ages. Expression. Noun. The action of expressing thoughts, ideas, feelings, etc. Fruit. Noun. Often in the plural. In general. A product of plant growth useful to man or animals. Verb. To produce fruit, seeds, or spores. Make. Noun. Brand or kind, model. Verb. To create. Spanish. Verb. To subject to Spanishing. A printing process in which an ink is deposited on the bottoms and sides of depressions formed in a plastic material. Intellectual. Noun. An intelligent, learned person, especially one who discourses about learned matters. Adjective. belonging to, or performed by, the intellect, mental or cognitive. Nickname. Noun. A familiar, invented given name for a person or thing used instead of the actual name of the person or thing. Verb. To give a nickname to a person or thing. Sleeps. Verb. To rest in a state of reduced consciousness. Noun. The state of reduced consciousness during which a human or animal rests in a daily rhythm. Operate. Verb. To perform a work or labor. To exert power or strength, physical or mechanical. To act. Day. Noun. Any period of 24 hours. Verb. To spend a day, in a place. 15th. Noun. The person or thing in the 15th position. Adjective. The ordinal form of the number 15. Openness. Noun. Accommodating attitude or opinion, as in receptivity to new ideas, behaviors, cultures, peoples, environments, experiences, etc., different from the familiar, conventional, traditional, or one's own. Heal. Noun. A spell or ability that restores hit points or removes a status ailment. Verb. To make better from a disease, wound, etc. To revive or cure. Authenticate. Adjective. Of the same origin as claimed. Genuine. Verb. To render authentic. To give authority to. By the proof, attestation, or formalities required by law, or sufficient to entitle to credit. Functionality. Noun. The ability to perform a task or function. That set of functions that something is able or equipped to perform. Compatibility. Noun. The state of being compatible, in which two or more things are able to exist or work together in combination without problems or conflict. Intelligent. Adjective. Of high or especially quick cognitive capacity, bright. Scrub. Noun. One who labors hard and lives meanly. A mean fellow. Adjective. Mean. Dirty. Contemptible. Scrubby. Clubs. Noun. An association of members joining together for some common purpose, especially sports or recreation. Verb. To hit with a club. Noun. One of the 4 suits of playing cards, marked with the symbol club suit. Noun. A game in which questions are asked for the purpose of enabling the questioners to discover a word or thing previously selected by 2 persons who answer the questions. Profession. Noun. A declaration of belief, faith or one's opinion, whether genuine or pretended. Orbit. Noun. A circular or elliptical path of one object around another object, particularly in astronomy and space travel. Verb. To circle or revolve around another object. Classes. Noun. A group, collection, category or set sharing characteristics or attributes. Verb. To assign to a class. To classify. Noun. A class or order, sort, kind. Ahead. Adverb. In or to the front, in advance, onward. SAM. Noun. Surface to air missile. Bored. Verb. To inspire boredom in somebody. Adjective. Suffering from boredom. Mildly annoyed and restless through having nothing to do. Converts. Noun. A person who has converted to a religion. Verb. To transform or change something into another form, substance, state, or product. Happening. Verb. To occur or take place. Adjective. Of a place. Busy, lively, vibrant, dynamic, fashionable. Configure. Verb. To set up or arrange something in such a way that it is ready for operation for a particular purpose, or to someone's particular liking. Embarrass. Verb. To humiliate. To disrupt somebody's composure or comfort with acting publicly or freely. To disconcert. To abash. Mountains. Noun. An elevation of land of considerable dimensions rising more or less abruptly, forming a conspicuous figure in the landscape, usually having a small extent of surface at its summit. Fridge. Noun, a refrigerator. Verb, to place inside of a refrigerator. Specified. Adjective, thoroughly explained. Verb, to state explicitly, or in detail, or as a condition. Bumpy. Adjective, rough, jumpy, causing or characterized by jolts and irregular movements. Only. Noun, an only child. Adjective, alone in a category. Adverb, without others or anything further. Exclusively. Conjunction, under the condition that, but. Adapter. Noun, one who is capable of adapting to differing situations. Demands. Noun, the desire to purchase goods and services. Verb, to request forcefully. Pens. Noun, an enclosure, enclosed area, used to contain domesticated animals, especially sheep or cattle. Verb, to enclose in a pen. Noun, a tool, originally made from a feather but now usually a small tubular instrument, containing ink used to write or make marks. Verb, to write, an article, a book, etc. Noun, a female swan. Noun, penalty. Noun, in the United Kingdom and Ireland, a copper coin worth 1/240th of a pound sterling or Irish pound before decimalization. Abbreviation. D. Improving. Verb, to make something better, to increase the value or productivity of something. Adjective, that tends to improve someone or something, especially to educate or morally better a person. Exceeds. Verb, to be larger, greater than something. Clicking. Verb, to cause to make a click, to operate a switch, etc., so that it makes a click. Verb, to snatch. Noun, the sound or action of a click. Cupcakes. Noun, a small cake baked in a paper container shaped like a cup, often with icing on top. Miracle. Noun, an event that appears inexplicable by the laws of nature and so is held to be supernatural in origin. Verb, to effect by a miracle, to work a miracle upon. Members. Noun, one who officially belongs to a group. Rings. Noun, physical, a solid object in the shape of a circle. Verb, to enclose or surround. Noun, the resonant sound of a bell, or a sound resembling it. Verb, of a bell, etc., to produce a resonant sound. Noun, an algebraic structure which consists of a set with two binary operations, an additive operation and a multiplicative operation, such that the set is an abelian group under the additive operation, a monoid under the multiplicative operation, and such that the multiplicative operation is distributive with respect to the additive operation. Noun, a gymnastics apparatus and discipline consisting of two rings suspended from a bar. Letter. Noun, a symbol in an alphabet. Verb, to print, inscribe, or paint letters on something. Noun, an identifying initial of the academic institution that is awarded to a member of a varsity team. It is made from structured cloth, and intended to be sewn to a piece of clothing such as a varsity sweater or varsity jacket. Insufficient. Adjective, not sufficient. Parent. Noun, one of the two persons from whom one is immediately biologically descended. A mother or father. Verb, to act as parent, to raise or rear. Caller. Noun, the person who makes a telephone call. Depression. Noun, in psychotherapy and psychiatry, a state of mind producing serious, long-term lowering of enjoyment of life or inability to visualize a happy future. Humidifier. Noun, a device that is used to increase the humidity of the air. Frames. Noun, the structural elements of a building or other constructed object. Verb, to fit, as for a specific end or purpose. Make suitable or comfortable. Adapt. Fundamentals. Noun, usually in the plural, a leading or primary principle, rule, law, or article, which serves as the groundwork of a system. an essential part. Noun, the fundamental analysis data. Hindered, verb, to make difficult to accomplish, to act as an obstacle, to frustrate. Machinist, noun, a constructor of machines and engines, one versed in the principles of machines. Errands, noun, a journey undertaken to accomplish some task. Verb, to send someone on an errand. Frugal, adjective, avoiding unnecessary expenditure either of money or of anything else which is to be used or consumed. Avoiding waste. Peer, noun, a look, a glance. Verb, to look with difficulty, or as if searching for something. Describe, verb, to represent in words. Circumstances, noun, that which attends, or relates to, or in some way affects, a fact or event, an attendant thing or state of things. Crew, verb, to make the shrill sound characteristic of a rooster. To make a sound in this manner, either in gaiety, joy, pleasure, or defiance. Indication, noun, act of pointing out or indicating. Response, noun, a response. Verb, to say something in return, to answer, to reply. Invaluable, adjective, of great value, costly, precious, priceless. Fields, noun, a land area free of woodland. Cities and towns, open country. Verb, to intercept or catch a ball and play it. Crackers, noun, a dry, thin, crispy baked bread, usually salty or savory, but sometimes sweet, as in the case of graham crackers and animal crackers. Adjective, crazy, insane. Manners, noun, mode of action, way of performing or doing anything. Noun, etiquette. Deny, verb, to disallow or reject. Jester, noun, one who jests, jokes or teases. Serves, noun, an act of putting the ball or shuttlecock in play in various games. Verb, personal, to provide a service, or, by extension, a product, especially food or drink. Occupation, noun, an activity or task with which one occupies oneself, usually specifically the productive activity. Service, trade, or craft for which one is regularly paid. A job. Accomplished, verb, to finish successfully. Adjective, completed, effected, established. Matches, noun, a competitive sporting event such as a boxing meet, a baseball game, or a cricket match. Verb, to agree, to be equal, to correspond. Noun, a device made of wood or paper, at the tip coated with chemicals that ignite with the friction of being dragged. Struck, against a rough dry surface. Disappoint, verb, to sadden or displease someone, by underperforming, or by not delivering something promised or hoped for. Adjective, disappointed. Chemist, noun, a person who specializes in the science of chemistry, especially at a professional level. Educated, verb, to instruct or train. Adjective, having attained a level of higher education, such as a college degree. Divorced, verb, to legally dissolve a marriage between two people. Adjective, cut off, or separated. Cream, noun, the butterfat, milk-fat part of milk which rises to the top. This part when separated from the remainder. Verb, to puree, to blend with a liquefying process. Adjective, cream-colored, having a yellowish-white color. North, noun, one of the four major compass points, specifically 0 degrees, directed toward the North Pole, and conventionally upwards on a map, abbreviated as N. Verb, to turn or move toward the north. Adjective, of or pertaining to the north. Northern, adverb, toward the north, northward, northerly. Statement, noun, a declaration or remark. Approval, noun, an expression granting permission, an indication of agreement with a proposal. an acknowledgement that a person, thing or event meets requirements. Drill. Noun. A tool used to remove material so as to create a hole. Typically by plunging a rotating cutting bit into a stationary workpiece. Verb. To create a hole by removing material with a drill tool. Speak. Noun. A low-class bar. A speakeasy. Noun. Language, jargon, or terminology used uniquely in a particular environment or group. Verb. To communicate with one's voice. To say words out loud. Enrichment. Noun. The act of enriching or something enriched. Man. Noun. An adult male human. Interjection. Used to place emphasis upon something or someone. Sometimes, but not always, when actually addressing a man. Grave. Noun. An excavation in the earth as a place of burial. Rivalry. Noun. An ongoing relationship between, usually two, rivals who compete for superiority. Physical. Noun. Physical examination. Adjective. Of medicine. Sheriff. Noun. Except Scotland. High Sheriff. An official of a shire or county office. Responsible for carrying out court orders, law enforcement and other duties. Verb. To carry out the duties of a sheriff. Spit. Noun. A thin metal or wooden rod on which meat is skewered for cooking. Often over a fire. Verb. To impale on a spit. To pierce with a sharp object. Operating. Verb. To perform a work or labor. To exert power or strength. Physical or mechanical. To act. Adjective. In operation. That operates. Social. Noun. A festive gathering to foster introductions. Adjective. Being extroverted or outgoing. Noun. Interactive forms of media that allow users to interact with and publish to each other. Generally by means of the Internet. Noun. A system whereby the state either through general or specific taxation provides various benefits to help ensure the well-being of its citizens. Noun. A 9-digit number issued to citizens, permanent residents, and temporary, working, residents under Section 205, c. 2, of the Social Security Act, codified as 42 U.S.C. Section 405, c. 2. The number is issued to an individual by the Social Security Administration. Its primary purpose is to track individuals for taxation purposes. Abbreviated as SSN. In recent years the SSN has become a de facto national identification number. Noun. The study of history, geography, civics, sociology, economics, and other social science subjects, especially in primary and secondary school. Shoemaker. Noun. A person who makes shoes. Lighting. Verb. To start a fire. Verb. To unload a ship, or to jettison material to make it lighter. Verb. To find by chance. Noun. The equipment used to provide illumination. The illumination so provided. Airport. Noun. An airfield. An area designated for the takeoff and landing of aircraft, including one or more runways and, for commercial airports, one or more passenger terminals. Outfit. Noun. A set of clothing, with accessories. Verb. To provide with, usually for a specific purpose. Specification. Noun. An explicit set of requirements to be satisfied by a material, product, or service. Sphere. Noun. A regular three-dimensional object in which every cross-section is a circle. The figure described by the revolution of a circle about its diameter. Verb. To place in a sphere, or among the spheres. To ensphere. Satisfy. Verb. To do enough for, to meet the needs of, to fulfill the wishes or requirements of. Details. Noun. Something small enough to escape casual notice. Verb. To explain in detail. Expenses. Noun. A spending or consuming, often a disbursement of funds. Verb. To charge a cost against an expense account. To bill something to the company for which one works. Else. Adjective. Used only with indefinite or interrogative pronouns. Other. In addition to previously mentioned items. Adverb. Follows interrogative adverbs. Otherwise. If not. Conjunction. For otherwise. Or else. Adjective. Noun. Grammar. A word that modifies a noun or describes a noun's referent. Verb. To make an adjective of. To form or convert into an adjective. Adjective. Incapable of independent function. Dessert. Noun. A sweet confection served as the last course of a meal. Readable. Adjective. Of handwriting, print, etc. Legible. Possible to read or at least decipher. Dating. Verb. To note the time or place of writing or executing. To express in an instrument the time of its execution. Noun. A form of romantic courtship typically between two individuals with the aim of assessing the other's suitability as a partner in an intimate relationship or as a spouse. Rents. Noun. A payment made by a tenant at intervals in order to occupy a property. Verb. To occupy premises in exchange for rent. Noun. A tear or rip in some surface. Security. Noun. The condition of not being threatened, especially physically, psychologically, emotionally, or financially. Payday. Noun. The day of the week or month, or the specific day on which an employee's wages or salary is paid. Maturity. Noun. The state of being mature, ready or ripe. Instruction. Noun. The act of instructing, teaching, or furnishing with information or knowledge. Kinds. Noun. A type, race or category. A group of entities that have common characteristics such that they may be grouped together. Grading. Verb. To assign scores to the components of an academic test. Noun. A rank or grade. Mother. Noun. A human, female who has given birth to a baby. Hurricane. Noun. A severe tropical cyclone in the North Atlantic Ocean, Caribbean Sea, Gulf of Mexico, or in the eastern North Pacific off the west coast of Mexico. With winds of 119 kilometers per hour, 74 miles per hour, or greater, accompanied by rain, lightning, and thunder that sometimes moves into temperate latitudes. Batch. Noun. The quantity of bread or other baked goods baked at one time. Verb. To aggregate things together into a batch. Adjective. Of a process. Operating for a defined set of conditions. And then halting. Interested. Verb. To engage the attention of. To awaken interest in. To excite emotion or passion in. In behalf of a person or thing. Adjective. Having or showing interest. Quakes. Noun. A trembling or shaking. Verb. To tremble or shake. Allocate. Verb. To set aside for a purpose. Pets. Noun. An animal kept as a companion. Verb. To stroke or fondle. An animal. Noun. A fit of petulance. A sulk. Arising from the impression that one has been offended or slighted. Noun. A term of endearment usually applied to women and children. Noun. A formal, written request made to an official person or organized body, often containing many signatures. Pursued. Verb. To follow urgently, originally with intent to capture or harm, to chase. Drinking. Verb. To consume. A liquid. Through the mouth. Noun. An act or session by which drink is consumed, especially alcoholic beverages. Oven. Noun. A chamber used for baking or heating. Deducted. Verb. To take one thing from another. Remove from. Make smaller by some amount. Returns. Noun. The act of returning. Verb. To come or go back. To a place or person. Noun. Merchandise returned to the retailer, wholesaler or supplier. Overlap. Noun. Something that overlaps or is overlapped. Verb. to extend over and partly cover something. Glazier. Noun, one who glazes, a craftsman who works with glass, fitting windows, etc. Fail. Noun, poor quality, substandard workmanship. Verb, to be unsuccessful. Adjective, that is a failure. Alone. Adjective, by oneself. Solitary. Adverb, by oneself, apart from, or exclusive of, others. Solo. Operational. Adjective, of or relating to operations, especially military operations. Came. Preposition, used to indicate that the following event, period, or change in state occurred in the past, after a time of waiting, enduring, or anticipation. Verb, to move from further away to nearer to. Verb, to have an orgasm, to feel the sensation of an orgasm. Brand. Noun, a conflagration, a flame. Verb, to burn the flesh with a hot iron, either as a marker, for criminals, slaves, etc., or to cauterize a wound. Events. Noun, an occurrence, something that happens. Verb, to occur, take place. Verb, to be emitted or breathed out, to evaporate. Productive. Adjective, capable of producing something, especially in abundance. Fertile. Chef. Noun, the presiding cook in the kitchen of a large household. Verb, to work as a chef, to prepare and cook food professionally. Serves. Noun, an act of putting the ball or shuttlecock in play in various games. Verb, personal, to provide a service, or, by extension, a product, especially food or drink. Gives. Verb, detransitive, to move, shift, provide something abstract or concrete to someone or something or somewhere. Dramatic. Adjective, of or relating to the drama. Generous. Adjective, noble in behavior or actions, principled, not petty, kind, magnanimous. Adding. Verb, to join or unite, e.g. one thing to another, or as several particulars, so as to increase the number, augment the quantity or enlarge the magnitude, or so as to form into one aggregate. Say. Noun, a chance to speak, the right or power to influence or make a decision. Verb, to pronounce. Adverb, for example, let us assume. Interjection, used to gain someone's attention before making an inquiry or suggestion. Anger. Noun, a strong feeling of displeasure, hostility or antagonism towards someone or something, usually combined with an urge to harm. Verb, to cause such a feeling of antagonism in. Bazaar. Noun, a marketplace, particularly in the Middle East and South Asia, and often covered with shops and stalls. Joe. Noun, a male, a guy, a fellow. Before. Adverb, at an earlier time. Preposition, earlier than. In time. Conjunction, in advance of the time when. Illustration. Noun, the act of illustrating, the act of making clear and distinct. Education, also, the state of being illustrated, or of being made clear and distinct. Heat. Noun, thermal energy. Deeply. Adverb, at depth, in a deep way. Dim. Noun, dimness. Verb, to make something less bright. Adjective, not bright or colorful. Adjective, lessened, reduced. Smiling. Verb, to have a smile on one's face. Noun, the action of the verb to smile. Adjective, that smiles or has a smile. Proposals. Noun, something which is proposed or offered for consideration or acceptance. Pot. Noun, a flat-bottomed vessel, usually metal, used for cooking food. Verb, to put something into a pot. Noun, marijuana. Noun, a simple electromechanical device used to control resistance or voltage, often to adjust sound volume, in an electronic device by rotating or sliding when manipulated by a human thumb. Screwdriver, etc. Noun, A large, swollen, or protruding abdomen. A paunch. Noun. A small portion or dose of a liquid which is medicinal, poisonous, or magical. Noun. A shot taken at an easy or random target. Noun. An old size of paper. 12.5 times 15 inches. Hand. Noun. The part of the forelimb below the forearm or wrist in a human, and the corresponding part in many other animals. Verb. To give, pass, or transmit with the hand, literally or figuratively. Assets. Noun. Something or someone of any value. Any portion of one's property or effects so considered. Noun. Any property or object of value that one possesses, usually considered as applicable to the payment of one's debts. Issue. Noun. The action or an instance of flowing or coming out. An outflow. Particularly. Verb. To flow out. To proceed from. To come out or from. Restroom. Noun. A room containing a public toilet, a public lavatory. Collapse. Noun. The act of collapsing. Verb. To break apart and fall down suddenly. To cave in. Marking. Verb. To put a mark on something. To make something recognizable by a mark. To label or write on something. Noun. The action of the verb to mark. Addressable. Adjective. Able to be addressed. But. Noun. An instance or example of using the word but. Verb. Use the word but. Adverb. Merely, only, just. Preposition. Apart from, except, for, excluding. Conjunction. On the contrary, rather. As a regular adversative conjunction. Introducing a word or clause in contrast or contradiction with the preceding negative clause or sentence. 5. Noun. The digit, figure 5. Numeral. A numerical value equal to 5. The number following 4 and preceding 6. 19. Numeral. The cardinal number occurring after 18 and before 20. Represented in Roman numerals as 19 and in Arabic numerals as 19. It is the last, largest of the teens. Founded. Verb. To start. An institution or organization. Verb. To melt, especially of metal in an industrial setting. Adjective. Having a basis. Spa. Noun. A health resort near a mineral spring or hot spring. Lighter. Adjective. Having light, bright, clear, not dark or obscure. Adjective. Having little or relatively little actual weight, not cumbrous or unwieldy. Provision. Noun. An item of goods or supplies, especially food, obtained for future use. Verb. To supply with provisions. Check. Noun. A situation in which the king is directly threatened by an opposing piece. Easily. Adverb. Comfortably, without discomfort or anxiety. Him. Pronoun. Honorific alternative letter case form of him. Sometimes used when referring to God or another important figure who is understood from context. Noun. A male person. Pronoun. A masculine pronoun. He is a grammatical object. Selection. Noun. A process by which heritable traits conferring survival and reproductive advantage to individuals, or related individuals, tend to be passed on to succeeding generations and become more frequent in a population, whereas other less favorable traits tend to become eliminated. The differential survival and reproduction of phenotypes. Noun. The process or act of selecting. Module. Noun. A self-contained component of a system, often interchangeable, which has a well-defined interface to the other components. Renewable. Noun. A thing that is renewable, especially a renewable source of energy. Adjective. Able to be renewed, capable of renewal. Audiobook. Noun. A recording, usually made available for sale, of a reading of the full text or of an abridgment of a book. Install. Noun. Installer. A software utility that installs an application. Verb. To connect, set up or prepare something for use. Insist. Verb. With on or upon or that plus ordinary verb form. To hold up a claim emphatically. Cheered. Verb. To gladden. To make cheerful, often with up. Infinitive. Noun. Grammar. The infinitive mood or mode. A grammatical mood. Adjective. Grammar. Formed with the infinitive. Fence. Noun. A thin artificial barrier that separates two pieces of land or a house perimeter. Verb. To enclose. Contain or separate by building fence. Races. Noun. A contest between people, animals, vehicles, etc., where the goal is to be the first to reach some objective. Example. Several horses run in a horse race, and the first one to reach the finishing post wins. Verb. To take part in a race. In the sense of a contest. Noun. A group of sentient beings, particularly people, distinguished by common ancestry, heritage or characteristics. Verb. To assign a race to. To perceive as having a, usually specified, race. Noun. A rhizome or root, especially of ginger. Verb. To demolish. To level to the ground. Socks. Noun. A knitted or woven covering for the foot. Noun. A violent blow. A punch. Verb. To hit or strike violently. To deliver a blow to. Noun. A plowshare. Noun. An opening into which a plug or other connecting part is designed to fit. E.g. a light bulb socket. Metro. Noun. An underground railway. Hits. Noun. A blow. A punch. A striking against. The collision of one body against another. The stroke that touches anything. Verb. Heading. Physical. To strike. Regulating. Verb. To dictate policy. Behind. Noun. The rear. Back end. Adverb. At the back part. In the rear. Preposition. At the back of. Positioned with something else in front of. Bumpy. Adjective. Rough. Jumpy. Causing or characterized by jolts and irregular movements. Agency. Noun. The capacity, condition, or state of acting or of exerting power. Conflict. Noun. A clash or disagreement, often violent, between two or more opposing groups or individuals. Verb. To be at odds with. To disagree or be incompatible. Broken. Verb. To separate into two or more pieces. To fracture or crack. By a process that cannot easily be reversed for reassembly. Adjective. Fragmented. In separate pieces. Conversions. Noun. The act of converting something or someone. Specialist. Noun. Someone who is an expert in, or devoted to, some specific branch of study or research. Adjective. Specialized. Pumping. Verb. To use a pump to move, liquid or gas. Noun. The act by which something is pumped. Grass. Noun. Any plant of the family Poaceae. Characterized by leaves that arise from nodes in the stem and leaf bases that wrap around the stem. Especially those grown as ground cover rather than for grain. Verb. To lay out on the grass. To knock down an opponent, etc. Stadium. Noun. A venue where sporting events are held.